edition of The Mediators. We are your hosts. This is Brody.
Hello.
Hello, or Broderick in his more pronounced term. I guess I don't know the word.
Pronounced term? That sounds like I'm pregnant or something.
The more official term.
Okay, thanks.
Anyways, and I am your other host, John. We're going to get right into it because I'm pretty fired up right now about...
It's that pre-workout, man.
It's been like 4 hours since... No, about 2 hours since I've had pre-workout. But I'm actually... today I'm talking about video game-wise is UFC. Apparently, UFC has just signed EA Sports to another contract where they're allowed to create more UFC games. Originally, we all thought it was going to end at UFC 4. Have you ever played a UFC game, Brody?
I have not. I'm going to be honest. I'm not great at fighting games. I'm a button masher.
You're a button masher?
I am.
So, Super Smash Bros.
Actually, you know what? I have some good strategy on that one.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
But here's
I
the
could
thing.
take you on anytime.
Oh, yeah. I agree. I'm not good at Super Smash Bros. But anyhow, so with UFC, here's the thing. So UFC 2 was by far the best UFC game they made. By far. No, there's no debate on that. UFC 3 and UFC 4 started getting worse, and here's some of the ways they got worse.
Why?
Okay, so
are they not all the same game?
Okay, yes, but here's the thing. For example, UFC 2, graphics, phenomenal. Like the cuts, the bruising, like it's really fun to see your guy at the end of the fight. Number 2, the knockouts for like the ragdoll physics were great.
Okay.
It was like each fall was a little bit different, and it's actually, sometimes it was a little like over the top, but most of the time it seemed a little bit more natural than UFC 3 and 4. UFC 3 and 4 is just kind of like the same mechanic of they can get knocked out, and that's boring. When I knock someone out, it's like you want to see them go slump or stiff or whatever, but UFC 3 and 4, it was definitely not as organic, I could say. So, yes, they signed another deal, and I wasn't very happy about it because EA Sports I'm not a big fan of right now. Madden's not very good. I wasn't too pumped up because Madden, the thing about Madden is it's just the same game every year. There's nothing that really changes. And I feel like EA Sports needs to kind of adopt what 2K has been doing. 2K 2K Sports is pretty darn good when it comes to career modes and things like that. It's very customizable and whatnot. So right now, I'm going to name off a list of things EA Sports needs to do for the future UFC games in order for them to be great. Are you ready, Brody?
I'm ready.
Even I think you could do it. And this is some things that I've heard from people like online as well that they would like to see, but some not so much. Like, for example, one guy was really wanting a Dana White mode. Dana White owns the UFC. So kind of like a coach mode in Madden where you just you're the owner of a team or something like that, and you kind of, which would be kind of cool, but that's not the route I'm taking. Okay, so number one, in order for EA Sports to make it a good UFC game, even though they haven't really made a good one since UFC 2. And, okay, here's what I'll say before I go into the list. I get what they did. They made certain aspects of the game better, but they took away other aspects of the game to make it better, and it made it worse. So, for example, career mode on UFC 3 and 4 is better than UFC 2, but the fighting in UFC 2 is better than 3 and 4.
How is it better?
Okay, for example, in UFC 2, the realism of it was way better. The cuts are more realistic. The graphics of the fighters actually look somewhat real. UFC 4, they look cartoonish. And like in UFC 4, before every fight, your guy would like break dance or something, do this weird little cartoonish cheesy dance before each fight. And I'm like, nobody wants that. No one asked for that.
Maybe you do want it. Maybe people ask for that, and you're just the one person that doesn't.
No, like this is pretty like made fun of pretty religiously in the community. Like you'll get ready to fight, and it's funny because when you're fighting a computer, sometimes the game will get it mixed up between a woman fighter and a male fighter, and they'll do some real feminine thing before they start fighting. Get this big manly man looking at you, and all of a sudden he just starts like rolling his hips and stuff, getting ready to fight, and it's just no fun. But so UFC. EA Sports, this is to you from me. Okay, number one, bring back Game Face. They took away Game Face in UFC 4.
Maybe that was a good thing.
No, it was so much fun. And hear me out. If you don't like it, let's say me and you get in an argument, right?
Yeah.
And you want to punch me in the face, but you're not going to. So then what you'll do, just download my game face and then beat me up in the game. There you go. It looks real and it's just as good. And
that sounds like you have some issues to work out
yeah,
there.
but it was fun. Like, you could take a picture of Pee Wee Herman and like create a Pee Wee Herman and beat him up and just giggle. Like, people were beating up Justin Bieber on there and everything. It was fun.
That's pretty funny. Okay.
It was fun, but plus, like 2K's game face is terrible, but it helps you immerse into like the career. Like, it's a part of it, because a lot of times you spend all this ungodly amount of time trying to sculpt a face, and so a lot of guys will either resort to making a dumb one for fun, or it's just boring if there's no game face. So bring it back. We want it. Number 2 is bring back Ragdoll Knockout. So, like I said before, guy gets knocked out. There's been some awesome knockouts in UFC 2. A lot of people don't play UFC 3 and 4 anymore just to play UFC 2 to watch the knockouts. Like, it's a lot better. Number 3, better fighting graphics. So UFC 2's fighting graphics was pretty good. Like I was saying, the cuts and things like that. And I think UFC 2 they did it, but they would do doctor stoppages. So if I'm fighting you and you get too cut up, the doctor says you can't go no more. You're too cut up. They used to do that.
I was going to say, what?
Yeah, they used to. And they still do that in the UFC today. It's just not as frequent. But the video game, they took it out completely. And here's why they need to bring it back. I was fighting someone in UFC 4, and I smoked him. Like, his face, like both his eyes were swelled shut and everything. They would have stopped the fight in real life. Dude submits me at round 5 and like 5 seconds left.
So you're just mad that you lost?
Yes. Which I won, but like he just got lucky in one little part. So I'm just like, bring back the doctor stoppages. Like, in a real competition, we want to feel real.
I want to say you're not done until you're done. And so I disagree with that one.
Well, that's the sport though. Like,
I don't care. It's a video game.
No. It's the sport. Like, it's a simulation. Like, if you want it to be realistic, you need to bring back the rules.
If they're doing more cartoonish stuff, then they don't have to.
Yeah, but nobody wants the cartoonish stuff. Is what I'm saying. It's cheesy. Like,
for the guy that won the game, he probably was pretty happy.
For example, yeah, he probably, like in Warzone, if I do something cheap, I'm like, sucks for that guy. But no, like people were comment, like a lot of these gamers that are playing it won't play UFC 4 for this reason. They're just like, but give you an example. So, Rotten Tomatoes, we don't really go by Rotten Tomatoes that much. We're just like, I don't mean anything. Critics loved this game. Think about that. So, like, that doesn't mean the gamers love it. We didn't like it. And so some people kind of liked it. There were some aspects I liked about it, to name a few. The striking was a little bit more fluent, and the button layouts for the gameplay was way smoother and easier. I'm all for that. I like it for that part. But like I said, at what cost? It just wasn't. I stopped playing it because I was just like, I would rather play UFC 2. All right, 4th thing, I already said doctor stoppages. The last thing is in-depth career mode. So here's their career mode for UFC 4. You start off as an underground fighter, which is cool. It's fun. Then this coach notices you and takes you under his wing. Your character never talks.
Yeah.
The most you'll get is him doing this. And then he'll look at the guy, shake his head, and you don't get much. And the only thing that they really there's not much in career mode. It's the most basic, bland career mode I've ever seen, in all honesty. UFC 2 was worse for sure, but like UFC 4, they're like, that was the thing the critics raving about. They're like,
so they're like selling that part.
They're like, y'all made such a huge improvement, and they did, but it still sucks. Like, it's that bad. So
it's still an improvement.
It's an improvement.
See, I have zero experience.
But here's the thing: it's EA Sports.
Oh, okay, yeah. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, and I'm just kind of like, no excuse. So 2K Sports, for example, you can choose the hairstyle, right? And you can actually choose the length of the hair, the kind of like everything.
Oh wow, so it's pretty
it's very in depth, like 2K Sports. The hundreds of tattoo designs, and like the gameplay is not that great. Sometimes you can tell it's a little buggy, but the in-depth career is awesome. UFC, you can't create your own gym. You can pick a hairstyle, but that's about it. And there's limited hair colors. A lot of times it don't have my hair color. Some UFC 4 don't anymore. The tattoos are the same tattoos from UFC 2 and 3.
Really?
So it's just like...
Well, tattoos don't change. So.
No, yeah. Well, yeah. So That would be interesting, is if your fighter continued over. But anyways, there's just a lot that they could do. Like, I want to be able to make money and buy a house or create my own gym or have a car, make it more in depth with the career mode.
Go grocery shopping.
No, I'd hate that. Yeah.
Help your kid with their driving test.
Go grocery shopping in real life. Come home, grocery shop some more. So, no, I'm not for
the lawn, yeah. I mean, you said in depth. So.
Yeah, that's in depth, but in the right ways. Like 2K, they do a lot of that. They'll have like the neighborhood where people from online can come play, and it's like a neighborhood, and you can go to stores and buy clothes. You can do a lot of stuff, and I feel like if they just did a portion of that, I'd be happy. But that's all I got for games today. Is UFC needs to do better.
Well, that's pretty true.
That's not a hot take either. Like.
That's like saying EA needs to do better. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, I mean, they've done good. They're doing pretty good for a UFC game, and I'm not saying UFC 4 is horrendously terrible, but it's just not. I was just kind of like, ugh, yucky.
I feel that.
It's better in some areas, but worse in a lot.
Well, I've got some bad news, John.
About
PlayStation. I regret to inform you that PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, and the PlayStation Portable stores online will be closing.
When?
July. It will be closed for good in July and August, making digital copies of games for those platforms unavailable for purchase from then on.
Oh.
Yeah.
They kind of had to, I'm sure, though.
On top of that, I also see here that Nintendo's doing the same thing with Mario games. A number of Mario games are being removed from the Nintendo eShop March 31st. So I think this just kind of shows you that digital games are good. They have their place, but you can lose access to them very easily because they're taking away stores and stuff like that. So if I'm, physical copies, I feel like are going to be making a comeback a little bit on that end.
You think so?
For older consoles, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, look at Sega and all those games that people still have. It's going to be...
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be some nostalgia to it. But then when does that stop?
I think some games, you can hold on to for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, there's still...
VHSs and...
Well, yeah, but there's still tournaments of the original Super Smash Brothers. We talked about that.
Those are the real hardcore gamers, though. Some of them.
Some of them are. But, sometimes you just see that you break it out every once in a while. So I think it's a good idea to keep a digital and a physical copy if you can.
Yeah.
For sure. Because you never know what's going to happen.
No.
You might not be able to get a game digitally anymore.
So is there any games? Oh, not digitally anymore? That went over my head.
Yeah, no. They're closing down the digital stores. So you can't buy any games.
For PlayStation 3?
Yeah, and the Vita and certain Mario games on Nintendo.
Okay.
So these could be newer games.
I mean, you kind of expect that. I mean, over time.
I guess it's just gonna be sad seeing again, because say you wanted to play, what games do they have?
That's true.
But different games like Super Mario 3D All Stars. That's kind of like those Mario games are kind of a classic tech. You can play those anytime. Well, now you won't be able to get it because they're taking it off of the digital store. You have to go find a physical copy. And that might drive prices up on physical copies. We'll see what happens, like I said. But it's just it's always a sad day when something closes down. When multiplayer closes down, or so it's a sad day. This is gonna be a year of loss for a lot of people.
First COVID, 2020, all this crud, and now this PlayStation.
And now this PlayStation and Nintendo, they're breaking our hearts all over again.
Sony just pulled the Indiana Jones Temple of Doom, where they just rip our heart out and burn it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
We love you, though, Sony. I do like Sony. I think they're pretty good.
I generally enjoy it. I think the biggest thing that they've had is that data leak.
Yeah.
That one was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Everybody's identities got stolen.
Yeah, maybe mine did. I'm still having issues with my stuff.
I think it's just your bank.
Yeah, no. No, it's like PlayStation account. It won't let me log in. So
your account? Yeah. Oh.
And it's saying which is weird because I can play online, but I can't go to the actual account and message people. And they're saying it's because I don't know my own birthday. And when I put in, I know my birthday, so I'm like, because y'all remember when I got a PS4, we all started playing together. I was like, I wasn't underage. I was just like, did I put the wrong birthday in?
You must have messed up your birthday.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. Or they did. Nothing's ever my fault. So
that's true. No, that's a fact. That's a Jon Stewart fact.
That's
right
a Jon
there.
Stewart fact. It's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be a great one.
Great one.
Well, I think it's time for some rapid fire news.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dun.
I'm actually excited about this week's rapid fire news.
Oh yeah?
Yes, I am. I'm gonna go first. So you know who Chris Columbus was? Not Christopher Columbus.
You mean Kurt Columbus?
Was it Kurt Columbus? It said Chris Columbus when I
Oh.
googled it. From
Probably
Mrs.
right.
Doubtfire.
I thought you texted me Kurt Columbus.
It was an accident. Yeah, Chris Columbus has just confirmed that Mrs. Doubtfire has a rated R version.
the children's film? No.
I would love to watch that. Help's on the way, Dad. But I'd love to watch that one. Yep. It's got an R-rated version.
Oh, why is that?
I don't know. He won't release it. He's confirmed he won't release it either.
Oh man, let's look it up. So what I'm seeing here is that they did that because Robin Williams is notoriously known for having bad language.
Oh yeah.
And so a lot of his stuff was very, we'll call it graphic, I guess.
Oh, that's funny. Well, Johnson, what do you got for us today?
Oh man, I've got some fun things for us. Lots of fun things today. But first off, one of the big movie news that came out today, Pierce Brosnan has been cast as Dr. Fate
I saw that.
in Black Adam.
Ooh.
That is going to be pretty epic. I think that's a good casting choice.
Have they come out with like who's going to direct that or anything else?
I don't believe they might
Gotcha.
have.
Okay.
I know The Rock's attached. It's
Ooh.
a sequel. Well, more of a spiritual sequel, I guess, to Shazam.
Gotcha.
So we'll see exactly what is going to happen.
All right.
Let's see. So
Gotcha.
we know that Noah Centineo is going to be Adam Smasher. Aldous Hodge is going to be Hawkman. Quintessa Swindell is Cyclone. Oh man, I'm going to mess up these names. But anyways, so there's a lot of actors. So there's got to be a director attached to it.
Gotcha.
Johnson. Let's see who.
Oh,
Dwayne Johnson.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff coming up with that one. They're adding more and more great
I
characters
like Pierce Brosnan.
to this. Oh yeah, he's going to be a great addition, I think,
Absolutely.
as Dr. Fate. And Dr. Fate's just such an interesting character. He's like Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Is what it reminds me a lot of.
All right. Well, you like Hitman? The video
I played
games?
a little bit, yeah.
The Baldy?
Yeah.
Well, did you know they're coming out with a series, a Hitman series?
I think I heard
and they
that, yeah.
confirmed he's going to have hair.
No.
Yep, he's going to have hair. I'm pretty sure they'll cut his hair sometime, but he will have hair at first.
That's weird.
Yes, sir.
It's like Lex Luthor having hair in Batman vs. Superman, and then
yeah.
he's just going to shave his head at the end of the game, or the movie. Oh, man. Speaking of series and movies, the final release date for Black Widow, tentatively, has been scheduled for July 9th.
Ooh.
In theaters and on Disney Plus premiere.
July 9th.
July 9th.
After
It's been like a year. So.
July 4th.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
So we'll see what happens with that, if we're actually going to get that date
Yeah.
or not. But the fact that they're releasing it in theaters and Disney Plus premiere at the same time, it's a pretty big move for Disney Plus.
It is.
Because Disney's been very anti doing that. HBO's been doing that. Disney's been sticking to their guns about some movies they're only releasing in theaters and some
Yeah.
they're going to release
All right.
on the streaming platform. So the fact they're doing both could mean that the tide is now changing for movie theaters. We'll see what happens with that.
We'll see. Well, let's make a jump to DC. Wonder Woman 3 is a go. They have confirmed they're making a Wonder Woman 3, which we assumed they probably
Oh,
would.
yeah. There's no doubt.
But after a lot of people, some people were actually surprised because Wonder Woman 2 was not the greatest, but who knew?
I wasn't a fan of it.
No,
I'll be honest.
most people
it,
weren't. Yeah.
it had a lot of issues. Do you like period dramas? I'm going to take that as a no. But if you do, and if you are a fan of sci-fi, you want to check out the new Victorian sci-fi series, The Nevers. It's centered around a group of women with mysterious powers. It feels very much like Umbrella Academy to me.
Yeah. I'll get into that. I love
So,
Umbrella Academy.
This sounds pretty interesting. It is a BBC. Well, not BBC, but it's a British show, so it's
That
all
should be-
in London,
I
and
like British
Victorian
shows, yeah.
area. So it's going to be very
Big
looks
fan
very
of Sherlock.
interesting with people with superpowers and all that stuff. So anything with superpowers, I'm generally pretty much involved in.
I'm going to get into that.
So check out the trailer dropped, and it looks pretty interesting.
What
It's
was the
called
name of it
The
again?
Nevers.
The Nevers. I'm going to
Yes.
check into that. So, Jamie Foxx has been confirmed that he's going to play Mike Tyson in a series about Mike Tyson's life.
Where's the series going to be at? Do you know?
There's not much that's been released on it yet. It's
That's
just
insane. Like, who thought that would... I mean,
Mike Tyson's a bad dude. I would watch it. I would definitely watch because his life was pretty rough growing up. To be the youngest heavyweight champion in the world, like
I mean, that's... I guess, but I'm trying to figure out...
going to prison.
It's going to be produced by Martin Scorsese.
Whoa!
What?
Yes, sir. Hey,
It's a limited series. I'm trying to find out where I can watch this at. This is insane.
I think it's HBO. I could be wrong though. Oh, I'm a poet and didn't even know it.
I thought you said you were never wrong.
This is my last one for rapid fire news.
Let's do it.
Viking Valhalla spinoff. So the show Vikings I was a huge fan of is now having a spinoff show that Netflix is going to be producing, and it's set 100 years after the Viking story.
man.
So yeah, there's not much that's come out on it yet. They just released that they're going to be doing that. That was my last one.
That's pretty crazy. So we're going to play a video here, but there was a Ben 10 proposal gone wrong.
Sad day for him.
I don't know how they thought this could go right, but this guy straight up dresses up like Ben 10, goes into the middle of a food court in a mall and proposes to his girl, and he gets rejected.
I saw that.
Yes, so that happened.
And like, didn't all his homies come up and were like patting him? Like,
oh, poor guy. I felt pretty bad for him. So we'll play that video for you guys watching this. If you're listening, you're gonna have to go on and watch it on our YouTube channel for sure. Last one I've got. Rocket League. I know that's a pretty big game for a lot of people. It is coming to mobile devices.
Exciting.
Rocket League Sideswipe. That's coming up.
Gotcha.
So that'll be exciting to see what they do with that, how it works. Sometimes the integration can be interesting.
Yeah.
So we'll see exactly what. But if you're a fan of mobile games and Rocket League, you're going to want to keep your eyes out for this one.
All righty.
I think we're moving on.
Yeah, we're moving on. Transition on to the movies. Brody, I'm talking about something that me and you are huge fans of today.
Oh, snap. What is it?
And it's the Uncharted movie.
Oh, man.
We're all excited about it, and I actually think...
I'm very nervous for it.
I am too, because of all the delays that's been happening, COVID and all that. I think it might hinder some things, but there is some hope. So we do know that it was supposed to come out around this time this year, but then they had to postpone it to February. I think February 11th, 2022 is when it's going to be coming out.
Oh, man.
But
that's not a good release date.
No, it's not.
Let's be real.
It's not.
February release dates are never normally good movies.
Nope. So they'll probably push it back. But we know 3 actors that are in it, 2 of which I know who they're playing, 1 I don't. So Mark Wahlberg's going to be playing a young Scully. Scully.
Oh, my goodness. You want to try that again?
Victor Sullivan. I know my characters.
Okay.
Tom Holland's going to be playing a young Nathan Drake. And Antonio Banderas.
Interesting.
I didn't see anything of what he's playing, but I think we can assume he's going to be a villain.
That sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a villain. And the guy who's directing it, it's Ruben Fleischer, I think.
Interesting. What else has he done?
He has done Zombieland 1, Zombieland 2. He did Venom. And he's also doing, he also did Gangster Squad.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
That track record does not instill a lot of confidence in me.
But Venom wasn't.
I haven't seen Venom. I wasn't a fan of what I saw of it.
Yeah. I mean, I from what I've seen and things like that, it's not that bad. And I've seen Zombieland 1.
I did too.
I liked it.
I did not.
I liked it. It's a different kind of.
It is. It's almost like an Edgar Wright, but like a lower level.
You know what they should do is hire Steven Spielberg to do a limited series.
That'd be interesting.
Uncharted.
I could see that. I think because he's got kind of the Indiana Jones type, anyways.
Yes, he does.
I think they really need to get somebody a little bit more action oriented, which is not Indiana Jones isn't action oriented, but
right.
You want something that's a little bit more like giant set piece.
I agree.
Kind of a person.
And the timeline that the story's going to be taking is before the video games and stuff like that. They're all young, so I'm guessing it's going to be in between him leaving the orphanage and all that. You know what I'm saying? Because he was an orphan and whatever. It's going to be very, very early.
We'll see what happens.
But they got big name actors in it, but that doesn't.
But not a great cast actor. See, that's what I was like. I wasn't a huge fan of the casting choices on that one. There was a lot better ones they could have done.
I agree.
So we'll see, wait and see. I mean, it could be a good movie, and that's why you have to go into it without the mindset of a video game. Because if you're comparing it to the video game, you're automatically going to lose.
Right, and Sony is playing a big part in it. That might help, but because that's their baby.
I feel like they just kind of threw Tom Holland in it because he's popular right now. He's very popular.
Very popular right now.
So I felt like it was just a really money grab type of a thing, which does not give me a lot of hope.
Because he'll put some butts in the seat, and it might help them make some money.
And I mean, I'm going to see it at least once.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, it's not like I'm not going to see it.
We owe it to Nathan Drake.
Definitely.
And Sam. And
so I'm excited about that. But speaking of movies that were not good or could not be possibly good. Bruce Willis recently did a movie called Cosmic Sin.
Okay.
And, you know, it's whatever. Actors do bad sci-fi movies all the time.
Yeah.
But what I liked about this one, this guy that wrote a review on it, I'm going to just read some quotes from his thing.
I love reviews.
Because this guy decided to completely shred apart this movie. This is in quote here. The movie is nominally about first contact with alien life, which we then proceed to blow up. It is also only nominally a movie, since it has the approximate production values, writing quality, and acting skill of a high school film club production. That right there, I think, should tell you a lot. So I kind of want to see it. It's on Amazon.
Cosmic what?
Cosmic Sin.
Man, my fat self was thinking of cosmic brownies from gas stations.
It's pretty bad. So I'm gonna read some two more quotes here. This guy is talking about the dialogue now. There are entire conversations between characters where those cliche lines are strung together, except with none of the small stitching of other words to make the conversation make sense. And here's a quote from the movie. All of our shots are lucky shots. You're put in for leave, you're dismissed. Or you put in for leave, you're dismissed. I'm not leaving, sir. Put me in the fight. That is an actual 3 lines of dialogue in a row. So that's actually just all one part. Yeah. Does not make much sense.
Bruce Willis saying it might be awesome. Like, I'm not going anywhere, sir. Just in for the fight.
It seems ridiculous. Last one. I am absolutely serious when I suggest the possibility that none of the actors are actually in this movie, and that the entire thing is a failed test run of deepfake technology.
Whoa.
Which
big conspiracy theorist we got there.
It's on Bruce Willis's IMDb, so we'll see. But I kind of want to watch it because it sounds so bad. It's gonna be good.
Sin.
Cosmic Sin. So if you like bad sci-fi movies, go and check it out. You might just enjoy it.
Man, I haven't even heard of it, but I'm going to have to check it out. The last movie, I like going on Netflix and watching movies that I've never heard of before. So what was it? It's called not Deep Horizon. The Event Horizon.
Oh, yeah, that one. I haven't seen that one.
That was dark.
I know what it's about. But
it's good, though. Yeah. Well, it shocked me. I was like, oh, cool, space.
Eyes thing, I've heard it's pretty...
because they go to hell, basically. Yeah. And it's just like...
Yeah, no, that one's very infamous for that scene.
It's cool though. I liked it. I mean, oh man, but that's cool. So
I think it's the time to spin the rumor wheel.
I think imaginary rumor wheel spins. What rumor you got for me today? And
Sean, I've got two rumors.
I got 2 rumors.
That's good. All right, I'll go first on this one because I'm pretty excited. National Treasure Disney Plus series.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be so much fun.
I would love that.
The biggest question though is, would they bring back Nicolas Cage?
Probably not.
I can't imagine.
No.
But he does a bunch of other things.
Tom Holland. Yeah.
Tom Holland. Oh my goodness, no, please no.
So, he's a great actor.
Nicolas Cage is in like all kinds of movies and different things, so he might come back.
Yeah.
If they paid him money, he might do it.
I bet you they'd bring back the guy who plays Riley.
Oh, he was one of the best parts of the movies.
Yeah.
100%.
And I like Nicholas. I liked all the characters in it.
It was fun. It was a great movie.
Sean Bean, I would love him.
He didn't die in it, so you can definitely bring him back.
Dude,
wouldn't that be amazing?
Like, what if they they break him out of prison?
Oh my goodness!
And they got find.
We need to write this down,
dude.
Hollywood, listen to this idea.
Yeah, and trademark. You need to hire us to help you guys.
I was actually talking to Nathaniel about why they never made any more movies, even though they were pretty successful.
Yeah.
Because apparently they're not marketable. Like, you can't make costumes, rides, because it's all too much Indiana Jones off of it. Merchandise and stuff like that.
Who cares?
Apparently it's a big deal when you're making movies. You can't just rely on box office.
Yeah.
You have to rely
on
all the other stuff coming out.
Especially when you're dealing with Disney or places like that.
Exactly. So that's what he said why. So it's all about the money. Even if you made a wildly successful movie, if you can't bring the money in.
I would love that. I wish that rumor was true. I hope it's true.
I'm going to be praying about that one.
Yeah. Well, I got one of the rumors I'm talking about today is Call of Duty and the future of Call of Duty. So the next game they're saying is going to be set in the 1950s, kind of like
interesting.
After. Yeah, but here's the rumor, the alternate universe.
But why?
It's a hot topic now.
You can do anything then. Have they said anything about what kind of alternate
But think
universe?
about, what if you're fighting in the 1950s, but the alternate universe is like sci-fi guns?
Yeah, I was gonna say, or why don't? Yeah, I guess. But I was like, you can do anything at that point because it doesn't matter. It's like an alternate universe.
They don't have to really rely on the history or anything.
They
So
can make whatever they want.
I'm glad that's rumored because I don't know how that would go.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I would have to see how they do it before I make a judgment on that one.
Oh, for sure.
Speaking of casting judgment, Microsoft is in rumor to be buying Discord, the chat app. Yeah.
I have a Discord.
So we'll see what happens like that. I think they might be bringing it into the Xbox family type of a thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's just kind of interesting when companies like buy up a lot of stuff, which again, PlayStation does that, Sony.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, we'll see what happens. But the fact that they're buying a pretty good size company, Discord, on that, we'll see what happens with that one. What they're going to do with it, what their plans are, and all that.
Yeah. Who did you say is buying it again?
Microsoft.
Yes,
Xbox. We'll see what happens.
That might help with chat.
That's what they're thinking. Yeah. Is a chat feature and function for it.
If that rumor read is true.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
You decide.
So I like Reddit. And I was reading some Reddit threads yesterday and today, and I came across a rumor that a lot of people seem to believe in. I was surprised that Christopher Nolan is in talks to direct a Marvel film.
I can't believe it. I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either. Because apparently, someone made him mad or something like that. But it's a rumor that's been going around. I was surprised. I was actually shocked. I was like, I don't see that happening. But here's the thing. If someone made a good point, he said, if he does Marvel, I nominate him to do Daredevil.
Ooh. I could see that. He did good with. Daredevil's basically Marvel Batman.
Yeah, it is.
So I guess I could see that.
But with real bat vision, like blind as a bat. You walked into that one, Daredevil.
That's so weird.
Nerd.
Oh, man. I guess I could see it. I'm trying to think of who, if I had to choose a different one, which one it would be.
A director?
No, a different character for him to direct.
Oh.
As he does a bit more epic, thought-provoking one.
Yeah.
Well,
Hawkeye.
Maybe. I could see that, I guess. I don't know.
He's darker too. And that's I like Nolan because he's a little bit.
He
more...
does go darker on that one.
Deadpool. Yeah, right.
Maybe not Deadpool.
No.
But
Quentin Tarantino, Deadpool.
Now that would be would be an interesting combination.
That would be.
Oh wow! I don't think I'd like it.
I don't know. I mean, if he were to do it like a Marvel film, I agreed with the guys. I think Daredevil would be perfect, like a Marvel film. Would you keep the same guy who plays Daredevil? I would.
Charlie Cox?
Yeah.
He's pretty good. I bet they could find somebody else that would be fine.
He's British, ain't he?
Yes,
I can tell. It's like American accents. It's almost too precise when a British guy does it.
Yeah, I guess. I think they can do
here's where I found out when he asked, I forget who he's asking, he's like, what are you doing in my city? I was like, that's a British guy saying that. It's like, he sounds American, but it's too American.
I think you're just hurting. Man,
you ever seen Problem Child 2?
No, I haven't.
His dad owns the dad's dad, so the grandpa owns a big old superstore. And when you walk in, you're hearing his recordings and everything here is built American. Full American. Full American, man.
And that's what tipped you off.
Oh, yep. He's a British guy. Yeah. No, I just thought it was funny. But plus the Charlie is a British name. Cox is a British last name. C-O-X.
Is it though? I got me a Charles, but
where else would it come from?
I mean, there's plenty of people named Charles in America, I guess. Charlie.
What is Woody Air?
That's British.
British?
Yeah.
You know what Stewart is?
I think you told me it was a Scottish, right?
Scottish. Well, Irish, Scottish. That's the thing. Is there a difference between Irish and Scottish people?
Yes. Yes, there is.
What's the difference?
Location.
Is there a difference between Kentucky people and Alabamians? Yes. What? Location.
But am I wrong?
True. No, you're not.
Am I wrong?
You're not. I'm not, because I'm from both. So it's just the red hair.
I guess, you kind of mixed a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
we came from Norway. Then they said Ireland, Scotland, America.
I think Wilma would be very interested to hear about that.
No. Look, let me tell you something. Wilma's been on my case lately. Let me tell you. I've been drinking energy drinks. You know, she's 60 plus years old, and she's all.
I did not know that.
Oh, well, from the pictures she sent me. I mean,
I haven't seen the pictures.
Oh, you're the one to talk with Joan. Do you have a letter for me from?
Yeah,
Wilma?
actually, let me pull it up here. Dear John, stop talking about. I'm just kidding. All right. So, dear John, thank you for responding to last week's letter. I appreciate your apology.
Always. Apology? Did I apologize? Oh, I sure did.
She believed you apologized.
Yeah.
And that's actually about it. She said some other stuff here that's probably not appropriate for this podcast, but she looks forward to hearing back from you.
Let me ask. She's talking about the Jolly Ranchers and Diet Coke.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's spot on.
When you combine those two, it's a wild time. But
any other letters that you've seen?
Yeah, from this one is actually from Joan's sister.
Her sister?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Annabelle.
Annabelle,
yeah.
All right. Hi, Annabelle.
Yeah.
Thanks for writing in.
Yeah, she says, oh, hey, by the way, my sister Joan is not crazy. Well, actually, she is. JK LOL. Oh, she's a little hip. Maybe she's younger.
I'm getting the vibe that they're like the same person.
You think
it's
so?
It's just like a different personality.
Well, she said, my sister is crazy about you, and she'd love to meet you sometimes. FYI, I'm bringing the grapefruit. Because last time, didn't she bring you 6 bananas and a fruit punch?
Yeah, thanks for reminding me about that.
Oh, my god.
Looking forward to it. Joan's sister, Annabelle.
Joan's sister, Annabelle. See, you got 2. See, you're quite the lady killer. Didn't someone's son message us the other day?
I think their brother. Or is it the cousin?
It was the brother. That's
Steven.
Right. Yeah. Oh, it was Steven. Yeah.
Steven, right back. We haven't heard from you this week, so we look forward to hearing from you soon. And of course, all of our other listeners as well, you're more than welcome to write in.
Yes.
We would love to hear from you.
Yeah. And these are totally legit letters, so they're all real. So,
got something in your eye?
Not anymore.
Okay, good.
But,
just making sure. Looking out for you.
If you guys would like to send some real letters too, you can do so. We will leave the link down below, and we will talk about some of the things you say.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for joining us on another episode of The MEDIAtors.
Do you guys eat meat?